Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your...
You know, we're actually in the playoffs.
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by B&H and their Payboo credit card. Now remember this guy? You know, the low on cash guy?
Low on cash, but still need to get your boo?
Well, he couldn't make it today, but since people think I look just like him, I'll just have to do. So what is Payboo, you may be asking? It's not what you're thinking. It's a credit card that helps you save on tax. That's right, when you use your Payboo card to make a purchase at B&H, you pay the tax, and B&H pays you back that same amount instantly. No points to redeem or no other mishigas. Or for those who don't know what mishigas is, well, it's Yiddish for craziness. Think about it. If you spend $5,000 in camera gear and your tax is 8% like me, you're saving $400, and that's a big deal. Remember, it's on anything you buy at B&H. It could be computers, lighting, accessories, hard drives, even TVs. To sign up for Payboo, head on over to bhphotovideo.com/fro or click the link down below. First up, I have some bad news for starving artists as well as xenials. It looks like the price of Kodak film is about to go up by as much as 40%. Looks like some people will need to start selling their feet photos to be able to afford their film. Now, is that correct?
Black feet.
According to Petapixel, they reached out to Kodak Alaris but did not get a response back, but did hear from other sources that increases are coming to the United States soon. For their part, Kodak says, our strategy of being the last company standing in color films, the last company making color films in both consumer and motion pictures, is paying dividends.
Let's roll the dice and play a little Monopoly.
We literally cannot keep up with demand. We need more employees. We're hiring. No, Dan, you can't go get a job at Kodak.
So what are they gonna pay you?
I mean, unless you really want to move to Rochester, New York, who'd want to do that?
Because there's a ton to see and do.
They also went on to say, our film finishing area, for example, we have grown from a 5-day-a-week single shift operation a few years back to last year we were 3 shifts, 5 days a week, and now we are 24/7 operation. In the last 18 months, we've hired over 300 people across the film and chemical floors.
We're a union now.
And we're looking to hire even more. Not you, Dan. Shit. Now, I know some of you think that I hate film. I don't hate film. And as I've said before, I hate the mentality that it looks so good when you post it on Instagram. But if you're looking to slow the photography process down, I'm all for you going out and shooting a roll of film. Just don't develop it, scan it, and try to gaslight people into thinking it's somehow better than digital, because it's really not. Look, I'd rather see film prices go up than Kodak go completely out of business. What do you think? Let me know down below. Next up, is Adobe using your images to train their AI without your permission?
No.
The answer to that question is probably, unless you opted out already. But Jared, I never opted in, so I should be fine, right? Nope, because at some point Adobe made a change to their terms of services, which basically opted you into content analysis, which opened your images up to being used to train their AI and machine learning models. Losers! You're all totally losers for getting suckered into this one. Oh, phone call. Hello? Greta, you work at Adobe too? Oh, I never opted out myself? So I'm the biggest loser? Oh, okay, bye Greta. I guess she's right. It looks like I was automatically opted in. Oh well. The good news is this only applies to images that you've uploaded to their servers, not images sitting on your hard drives. So if you've ever synced images between computers and iPads or anywhere else and didn't opt out of something that you had no idea even existed before now, those images probably have already been used to train the AI, and that's pretty freaking shady. Now, a few weeks back, I said Adobe is probably keeping track of and learning from every time you auto-select a subject, a background, a sky, everything.
Always watching.
And I guess I was pretty much right. But here's my take. I really don't care if my images or selections somehow trained Adobe's AI. Do you know how long it used to take to cleanly cut a subject out in the past? It takes no time these days, and if my images helped in some way to make that quicker, then I'm all for it. But at the very least, let me opt into something, not have to opt out of something that I didn't agree to in the first place. Or did I?
By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that...
Anyway, Thursday, we'll talk more about this and other photo news topics on this week's FroKnowsPhoto Raw Talk podcast that comes out on Friday. To check out all the past episodes, head on over to FroKnowsPhoto.com/podcast or search FroKnowsPhoto Podcast wherever you get yours. And finally, Sigma has dropped a massive 10-time zoom lens in the way of the 600 to 600 millimeter 4.5 to 6.3 Sport DGDN. These nuts. But the good and bad news is it's only meant for Sony's E Mount as well as the
E Mount Alliance.
Sigma says the 600 to 600 millimeter is newly designed and has the DN moniker, which stands for Digital Native. These nuts. A few years back, I tested out the original 60 to 600 millimeter for DSLRs, and it was a pretty solid lens. The newer version builds off of that legacy and was even able to shed some weight. It weighs in at 5.5 pounds or 25 kilograms, which probably stands for Canadian pounds or something along those lines.
You, buddy.
The older one clocked in at 6 pounds. Now, I was able to get my hands on this lens and I took it out to the zoo to capture lions, tigers, and eagles. And on New Year's Day, I took it out to the Mummers Parade to capture dancing, strutting, costume-wearing drunks out on Market Street. My full video review will be out in the next week or so, but the short of it is this. It offers a massive range for those birders and wildlife photographers who end up needing to shoot around 60 millimeters, but will live most of the time out all the way at 600 millimeters. If you think this lens is right for you, it will set you back $1,999 and be available in mid-February. Now keep in mind, it's only available for Sony E Mount and the L Mount Alliance, but maybe one day it will come to the Z Mount as well as RF. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. To check out the last fix, go ahead and click on the screen right here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.